Hello there, Internet! I am your host, the J-Man, and I welcome you all back to some Let's Play! Metal Gear Solid, the Twin Snakes. We left off, we had a bit of a one-on-one duel between Sniper Wolf, which resulted in us having to kill her. And also, we, had an all run-in with Vulcan Raven. So there's some big news that happened recently. Rooster Teeth is shutting down. Yeah, I'm not surprised considering how incompetent Warner's gotten over the years, but, Rooster Teeth had its own problems, too. So for those, I'm sure you guys at least have heard of Rooster Teeth. They're the guys that made Ruby, Red vs. Blue, that's pretty much it. But, yeah, and I mean, they also made, like, other things, but, yeah, and they also sort of own Death Battle. Basically, Warner's trying to sell off, Ruby and Red vs. Blue. They're trying to do everything they can to try and sell off what's left. I mean, like I said, Ruby hasn't been that great to my knowledge. I mean, they were having financial issues for a while now. It's kind of why they had to put it's why they like end up like removing their shows off the and trying like to get people to join their website, which now I guess piracy has to be a thing, or fans are just gonna re-upload them anyway without the risk of copyright claims, I hope. Yeah, I don't know what else is gonna happen next, but I do hope that someone else will handle it. And then there's of course another elephant in the room, Death Battle. If you don't know, Death Battle is partially owned by Rooster Teeth. Yeah, some guys, they don't know for sure what's going to happen at Death Battle. I'm really half hoping that's still gonna happen, and if not, I'm being the best that they're gonna do is probably just make a spiritual successor or something. But yeah, I said for Ruby really hasn't been that great ever since then. Like, Rooster's Ruby is like Overwatch. It was good at first, but they all started doing a bunch of bad. Okay, shut up time. There it is. But I'm really half hoping Death Battle doesn't die. And I already said I'm saddened because I'm sure you guys all know me. I loved Red versus Blue. I mean, I quote the series all the time. I said before, it alongside SMG4 was one of the reasons that inspired JMod. And as I said, no one really knows the fate of Rooster Teeth right now. The fate. But there is like a Ruby fan project that Ruby Queen something. Oh shite. I think that's the fuel for Metal Gear Rex. Oh, Ruby Dust Queen is what it's called. I'm really half hoping maybe they might take over the show because I mean fans have been quite interested in that project, and I even compared it to the likes of I even thought it might be a Danganronpa another in terms of for Ruby, like a fan project that not only is just as good but surpasses it. Because you guys all saw me when I played Danganronpa Another. You guys know how much how I cried when I played that. Because, I mean, especially with Haruhiko and...
Snake, it's me.
What's wrong? Did you find a good place to hide?
Yeah, thanks to the stealth gear. It looks like they've finished getting Metal Gear ready.
How do you know that?
I overheard them talking. Where are you now?
Right in front of Metal Gear. But it's strange.
What is?
There's nobody here. No guards, no mechanics. It's too quiet.
Maybe because they're all ready. They said they even input the PAL codes.
What should I do?
All we can do is use the override system that President Baker told you about.
But I've only got one of the 3 keys. And besides that, like Ocelot said, there's some trick to using the keys.
Leave it to me.
You got some kind of plan?
Well, I'm in the computer room right now. I'm trying to access Baker's private files.
Baker's files? Don't you need a password?
Of course. But there are ways.
Are you a hacker?
Yep. That describes...
Oh, no!
Does it look like...
Then again, you don't...
I don't know yet. I'll give it a try.
Then again, they're not that harmful of a hacker, hopefully. Yeah, I'm really half hoping Rooster Teeth that's Ruby. And maybe that's why they're ending Red versus Blue.
Who is that?
Snake, it's me again.
Hey.
How's it going?
Not bad. I just got past his 3rd security level. He was a pretty careful guy.
Do you think you'll break in soon?
I've never met a system I couldn't bust into.
Okay, keep trying.
Yeah, if you guys remember, yeah, I got into Ruby when I was in high school. Basically, there was like a kid I knew as like part of a program for that played baseball. So it's basically,
Snake, I did it.
good
You got
job.
past security?
Bingo.
Great. So what do you got?
I accessed the confidential Metal Gear file.
So what about the PAL override system that Baker talked about?
Haven't found it yet.
That's what I need to know.
But Snake, I found something else.
What?
The secret behind the new nuclear weapon. Just as I thought, the nuclear warhead is designed to be fired from the railgun like a projectile. It doesn't use fuel, so it isn't considered a missile. That way it can get around all sorts of international treaties.
Pretty sneaky.
Yes, but
Says the
effective.
stealth guy.
And that's not even the scariest thing about this weapon.
I can't wait to hear this.
It's a stealth weapon.
You mean it won't show up on radar?
Yeah. The truth is, they've been working on a stealth missile since the late 70s.
Why weren't they able to develop one up until now?
Because of the missile's rocket propulsion system. It would be picked up by enemy satellites.
Because of that?
But unlike a missile, the railgun doesn't burn any propellant, so it can't be detected by any current ballistic missile detection systems.
An invisible nuclear warhead.
Totally impossible to intercept. And on top of that, it's got a surface-piercing warhead designed to penetrate hardened underground bases.
We learned that lesson in the Gulf War.
This thing could mean the end of the world.
It's the ultimate weapon. And from a political point of view, it avoids the problem of nuclear reduction and nuclear inspections. Colonel, is this true? Are you listening?
I'm listening.
It would push back the signing of the START 3 treaty. If word gets out about this weapon, it'd cause a whole world of trouble.
Yeah, it would be nasty. The United States would be denounced by the UN. It could even bring the president down.
Did you know this, Colonel?
START 3 treaty for those was like a proposed bilateral
I won't
arms
make any
control treaty between the U.S. and Russia that was meant to reduce the deployment
This
of
new
nuclear weapons
weapon,
arsenals of both countries
it's never
drastically and
actually
continue
been
the weapons
tested,
reduced
only simulated.
reduction that helped
With
take
the
place
US
START 1,
experiments.
START 2.
Yeah, that's why they were conducting this exercise.
I
They needed to get
don't think
actual
it ever
experimental data
went
to back up
through.
the simulation.
What were the results of the exercise?
It looks like it went better than they hoped for, but I can't find the data anywhere on this network. You'd think the data as important as that would be carefully recorded.
It was. President Baker gave me an optical disc with all of the test data.
What? Do you still have it?
No. Ocelot took it from me. Damn.
And they even say it was referenced. The Wikipedia page where it even says that it referenced Metal Gear Solid.
Once they input the detonation codes, they should be ready to launch.
So, you think they can do it?
Well, the dummy warhead was designed to be identical to the real thing, so I think so.
Did you find out how to override it yet?
Not yet. It must be in a separate file. Right now I'm looking through all of Baker's personal files.
We're counting on you.
Snake.
Did you find it?
No, I haven't found out about the override system yet, but I found Baker's ulterior motive.
He's just looking to get rich, isn't he?
That's part of it. Arms Tech is in much worse financial trouble than I thought.
I know they lost their bid to make the next generation fighter jet. That, plus the reduction in SDI spending.
It looks like there was even some talk of a hostile takeover.
Everything was riding on this project, I guess.
And it looks like they were paying a lot of bribe money to the DARPA chief.
Bribe money, huh?
Yeah, and Baker was a big proponent of the nuclear deterrent theory.
I see. So anyway, what about the override?
Just
What a
give me
nuclear
little
deterrent
bit
theory
longer.
is. Okay, the deterrence theory is that holds that nuclear weapons are intended to deter other states from attacking with their nuclear weapons. though the promise of retaliation and possible mutual destruction. Through... Okay. Metal Gear is making me more learn about history than high school. Or a better job at it than high school. And Fallout. And Fallout. Wow, both that and had nuke messages, huh? Why?
Okay, I've entered the PAL codes and disengaged the safety device. We can launch anytime.
I missed my hand, Tails.
From Washington. It looks like we'll have to show them that we mean business.
Should I set it for Cherniton, Russia?
No. There's been a change. The new target is Lopnor, China.
Why, boss?
Oh, no reason. I just hate the Chinese.
Liquid.
I'm sure neither you nor Mr. Galukovich would really like to see a nuclear bomb dropped on your motherland, right?
But why? There's nothing there.
Wrong. It's a nuclear test site.
A nuclear test.
Alright, let me see what Lopner, China is like.
If we nuke a major population center, the game's over.
Oh, it's actually, that was actually...
But a nuclear explosion at a test site can still be conceived.
Whoa, there actually... Yeah, there actually is a real nuclear weapon site there. And Lopner is not a city or anything. It's actually 2 words according to English, but it's just like a random lake in China.
Of course. And in the process, the president will be forced to divulge the existence of a new and highly destabilizing nuclear weapon to the Chinese. What do you think that will do to the US's reputation? Or the president's?
And with the CTBT, that means that China and India... I see.
Yes. When the other countries hear about the new weapon, they'll all want to contact us. Washington won't be very happy when we start selling their own system to the highest bidders. Yes, the president will break. He will give in to our demands.
Big Boss's DNA and $1 billion. $1 billion?
$1 billion!
That money will be used to cure our genome soldiers as well. I'm also including the Fox dye vaccine in our demands.
Fox dye? It killed Octopus and the Arms Tech president. So it's true that it affects older people first. Mantis might not have been affected because he wore a mask.
Wolf wasn't infected either. Perhaps due to those tranquilizers she always took.
Something to do with amphetamine and adrenaline levels in the blood. They deployed a product still in development into live combat. No surprise it was unreliable. They must have been desperate.
In any case, have you heard from your friend Colonel Sergei Galukovich at Spetsnaz yet?
He still has doubts about the ability of Metal Gear. He said we can talk after Metal Gear's test launch is successful.
He's a very prudent man.
There's nothing to worry about. The Colonel wants Metal Gear and the new nuclear weapon so bad he can taste it. If Russia wants to regain its position as a military superpower, they need to reinforce their nuclear arsenal. They need a nuclear weapon that can't be intercepted. Metal Gear will allow them to gain first strike capability over the rest of the world.
Their regular army is in shambles, and they think they can restore their country's military power with nuclear weapons? That Galukovich, he's no warrior, he's a politician.
Maybe so, but he's the one who gave us the Hind and most of our other heavy firepower.
He's got over 1,000 soldiers under his command. If we joined forces, we could put up quite a resistance here. Since Mantis died, the Genome Soldier's brainwashing has started to wear off. I'm worried about the men's morale. An alliance with the Russians would boost that as well.
What are you saying?
Communism is God?
We're not going anywhere. We're going to dig in here. It's going to be a long war.
We could still escape.
We have
Well, like a lot of
nuclear
wars are like
power,
that.
and we're going to ally with Galukovich's forces.
Are you going to fight the whole world?
Or sell it.
With that, fighting the whole world? From here,
You'll be
we
known as
can
the man who
launch a
sold the world.
nuclear warhead at any target on this planet. A nuclear warhead invisible to radar and totally immune to interception. And on
Oh yeah,
top of
also
that,
I moved my
this is full of spare
head.
nuclear warheads. Once we get the DNA and the money, the world will be ours.
But boss.
I love how Liquid just sounded like your average James Bond villain at this point.
I have no interest in the revival of Mother Russia.
No, you don't do that, comrade.
Boss's dream.
From today, you can call this place Outer Heaven.
What?
Boss, you're not worried about the PAL being overridden? If the code is entered again, it'll be deactivated.
Snake?
No need to worry. The DARPA chief and the Arms Tech president are both dead.
Does Snake know how the override system works?
You interrogated him, don't you know?
He didn't have any keys on him.
Good. Then no one can stop Metal Gear now.
Boss, can I get in your head? No, you little shit.
What should we do with
Why?
the woman?
Because I'm bloody British, that's why.
Let her live. She's Campbell's niece, and Snake
Damn
cares
it!
for her. We'll keep her as our ace in the hole.
Meryl, she's alive.
Damn it.
Snake, I found Baker's top secret files.
Great job.
How's it going there?
They've finished inputting the PAL codes. So, how do we deactivate them?
Okay, you see, the override system that the president was talking about, it can also be used to input the detonation codes. You see, if you insert the keys when the warhead is active, you deactivate it. And if you insert them when it's inactive, it becomes activated. And you can only use the keys once.
Only once, huh?
You need the keys for input. 3 of them.
But I only have the one. Where are the others?
Hold on a minute. You see, that's the trick. You already have all 3 keys.
What are you talking about?
The card key is made of a shape memory alloy.
Shape memory alloy?
Yes, it's a material that changes shape at different temperatures. The key is made out of it.
This card key?
Yeah. The card key changes shape at different temperatures.
So this key is actually 3 keys in one. Clever.
And you might sound crazy, but
Can you see the input terminals in the center of the control room?
I see them.
Those 3 laptop terminals are for the emergency input. There should be a symbol on each screen. Each symbol corresponds to a different key. You input the keys in order from left to right. The left one's for the room temperature key. See the symbol? Next to that goes the low temperature key. The one on the right is the high temperature key.
Okay, I got it. First I change the shape of the card, and then I input them in order, right?
That's right. All you do is insert the card keys. After you insert the key into the module, a hard disk reads the information contained on it. Once you've finished with all 3 terminals, the code input process is complete. But here's the thing. You can only use the key 3 times. It's an emergency system, and it's only meant to be used once.
The world is riding on that key, Snake.
Bulletproof glass,
Proof
bitch!
glass. There's no way in.
Oh god,
Watching you die.
I want to do like a real-time fan dub of the original Metal Gear Solid. Alright, what else? Oh yeah, so remember how, like, there's of course the drama between Luke and Kev about SMG4? For those who don't remember this, there was like a lot of drama between like the actress who played Tari, the original actress who played Tari getting replaced, and her without being like told about it, and many fans of SG4 were very not happy. Well, basically for a while, Kevin was not responding to it much, if at all, and he many fans like very calling him dubious of it. Yeah, I already said beforehand that Warner isn't comp. So basically, and I even made it said the thing about Kevin. Yeah, it's gonna be like apparently you have to find these rats. I mean, basically, My Anime America, the voice actors for SMG2 and Theo, resigned because of the drama. Even like the guy who played like the main villain of Meta Runner called out Luke and Kevin for this. And you gotta remember, the
Find that card key. It fell somewhere in that drainage ditch. Use your mine detector.
Mine detector.
Yes, the mine detector works just like a metal.
okay, thanks, Colonel. Has Colonel's voice actor responded to the dummy thick meme in some way? Because I'm sure everybody knows Colonel, but I'm dummy thick. The clap of my
Snake, did you find the card key?
No, it's not here.
Don't be ridiculous. You saw it fall into the drainage ditch, didn't you? The drainage ditch. Isn't there something odd about it?
No, there are a lot of big rats, though.
That's it, Snake. A rat must have eaten it.
Now who's being ridiculous?
No, I'm right. There's no other possibility. Rats eat all sorts of things.
There's a giant
Nothing
rat
unusual
who
about that.
breaks all the rules. But yeah, as I said before, yeah, I got pretty bad, and I may have said a thing or two about Kevin because I was just sick and thing was, as I said before, I still haven't really recovered from the drama between the drama about Sugar Conroy. But the actor who... And I said that unlike Chugga, I was not going to unsubscribe from SMG4. Oh yeah, something kind of weird about Kojima. Originally, he was gonna... Because you ever said he would like have a weird pet simulator thing with the rats? With rats in the game? It's Kojima, he's known for being cuckoo. What else happened? But yeah, so then Kevin actually finally responded. Hey all, Kevin of CEO of Glitch Productions here. We've been silent for the past week as I've been prioritizing checking in on taking care of my internal staff. Having opened multiple conversations with management production teams and assessing the entire situation. Last thing I wanted to do is have a half-assed statement as I take care of the entire matter seriously. However, things have changed. Unfortunately, members of our staff and community have recently been harassed by other people online. There is something I cannot tolerate and must address others immediately. First of all, many people have left anonymous claims that there were, both here and elsewhere, about the work standards of Glitch involving mistreatment and abuse. There are lots of different stories. Allegedly not at this point. Some of which are distorting. There are a lot of stories and allegations out there, some of which are distorting and wrongly exaggerating the truth. I wanted to set the record straight. I acknowledge and take full accountability of the early years of Glitch. There was indeed a lack of experience. Training and skill part of my management structure at the time. I run a small indie studio. For my story, years ago my brother and I started this in our bedroom with the hope of making an animated show. We then inevitably realized how hard making an animated show was, and started hiring more artists, all of whom worked out of our house, and spent the first 8 years making shows with little infrastructure. It was quite a ramshackle studio back then. I feel deeply apologize for any staff work experience the hardship at that time due to lack of managed experiments. However, I maintain I've always had one main priority and involved there: everyone's well-being in the studio. I strongly assert that we have always created a happy, positive experience with a fair amount of work and reasonable deadlines. I can't claim that we succeed 100% of the time, but it has always been our goal to make a safe, healthy environment for artists to make cool shit, have fun, and feel taken care of. It's actually a large reason why I started Glitch. Most of our staff we bring are permanent full-time employees here. I have every intention of keeping them happy. We don't kick out employees when the project or show ends. Every time it's a success, we share the team. Uh, oh yeah, if anyone's wondering how the PAL key works, you just leave it out here. And fun story. This isn't the first time you have to do this. This actually happens in Metal Gear 2. Some other thing. I don't think it was actually like technically a key, but you still had to freeze it and then heat it up. So now he froze the key. I've already resist. Those early days on, we brought in and built a proper leadership management team, all of whom received training to run, manage, and look after a team. We've introduced several production coordinators and management staff to try and plan and scope revise episodes, artist schedules. An entire tech team has also been hired to improve our systems, so artists can spend less time debugging issues on why Maya keeps crashing and focus on the other thing they're best, creative art. The claims and questions of why release dates are booked that to give artists more time, but that's the thing, they absolutely are. Over the years, multiple episodes have been pushed back as I wanted to make sure that they all why they're great. That's why many of our trailers have text. I guess that the episodes will be released when they're ready. In fact, episode 8 of Murder Drones will be delayed and past the original announcement on Spring Day, as it had so much good content in it. Production management made a decision to give it more time, and so artists could give it more love and not be strained. I also have been claims to myself that I have blacklisted people in the industry finding work, and others saying I'm a cloud chaser who brings an artist a big following. I feel the latter statement greatly disrespects and discredits all the hard work the team put into. You came after me and say what you want, but when it comes to my team, I will speak up and defend them. They all produce amazing work and deserve everything. As for blacklisting people finding other work, that's something beyond ridiculous, and it's not something I'm known to do if I wanted to. I'm deeply sorry for any past employee that feels dissatisfied with timing glitch. Truly, from the bottom of my heart, I am and will continue everything I can to improve the well-being and the voices of the talented band of artists. One thing I will not tolerate is the harassment of anyone. Please be kind to another, and we have... Damn. Yeah, that's kind of amazing. Yeah, I mean, on the other hand, I'm glad that Kevin finally responded, and I feel like the whole there, but I feel like it is genuine. I mean, the whole delaying of murder drones does sound like is actually kind of a good thing. And I do believe the whole, yeah, they were new to this industry, and they did make a... I mean, they literally did start in their bedroom and Have you guys not remembered early episodes of Hobo Bros? Like, a lot of the early episodes of Hobo Bros involved Luke and Kevin. We're just in... The pussy pass has been denied.
The wrong key.
Damn you, Wumbo. Yeah, what else happened for J-Mod? Yeah, it really sucked because I kind of liked SMG4. Yeah, as for what happened for J-Mod... And I mean, yeah, SMG4, like, yes, my whole I already said this before, but the main reason I even made J-Mod was because I was just not happy with the direction SMG4 was going at the time. The episode that pretty much sparked this change was Mario and the Experiment. But I hated that episode. Basically, for one, I felt like it was an episode for an arc that was already dragging on long enough as is, and even Luke admitted it himself. But, the J-Mod canon. But the episode just wasn't funny, and yeah, it was just not a funny episode. And I also didn't like how the episode, like, was called Mario and the Experiment when Mario was barely appeared in that episode. It's more like Meggy the Experiment. And also I feel like they could have just removed that episode from the arc and nothing would change. I was basically Luke. SMG4 was like basically my replacement for Smosh because I really did not like Smosh, the direction Smosh was going for
Snake, answer me. Snake.
Smosh was going at the time, and I just decided. And since I was like running out of replace, I tried finding other content, other YouTubers to possibly replace SMG4, but the ones I could find were either inactive or didn't upload as much. So that's when I came up with a brilliant scheme. If I couldn't replace SMG4, if I can't find one, if I can't find a replacement for SMG4, I'll replace them myself. And that's when J-Mod was born. So, to say J-Mod was maybe a little like too similar to SMG4, like the early planning of it anyway. For one, there was originally it was gonna be entirely in Mario 64. It was gonna be like SMG4 of it being a Gary's Mod Mario 64 hybrid called A64, Autism 64, because, well, you know, the whole R64, the R64, and The hell is that? Probably Raven shit. But that's when of course, obviously, Mario 64 requires emulation for it to work, and I did not want to. Basically, I bricked my old laptop trying to get some emulations on for Fire Emblem stuff to work properly. I did not want to risk another laptop. So I stuck to Gary's mod. And, of course, during this Gmod phase, that's when Jmod was supposed to be a... During this phase was when Jmod was supposed to be a... Was that originally me and Sean? It was gonna be like me and Sean, but instead of living in the Mushroom Kingdom, we were gonna instead of living in Gmodville, which didn't even exist. It was supposed to be me and Sean living in Washington, in the Mushroom Kingdom, and Mario was gonna be like the third main character. And unlike the other depictions of Mario, he was actually gonna be smart and still work as a plumber. But that's pretty much all we're at. Basically, as I said, I didn't want to brick another laptop, so I just stuck to Gary's mod. So then, after that, I just started like coming up with ideas, characters, and things. And then, me and Sean became, So I thought, why not instead of instead of using Mario characters, why not Gary's? Why not fight? Why not Earthbound characters? And that's where Nintendo came into play. Yeah, I probably like another bit of trivia. If you don't remember, like my remake of the roommate auditions, there was like a line where they said that Thomas's boss was had really bad legs and was always in the hospital for surgery. If you know your Mother 3, it's meant to imply that's supposed to be Duster. Yeah, originally, so the guy who made this. I'm not going to say his name because I don't want people, like, constantly pestering him. He used to go by Jar of Deli Sauce, but that's his old username. Originally, he said he was going to work on more Mother models, and I actually fronted him on Steam and asked but he told me he had abandoned that project a long time ago, and I asked if he, had any, like, the projects ready for... had any of those models for ready to upload, but he said he deleted them. Again, do not attack him. But yeah, as I said, that's what happened. And as for why I picked Washington, I wanted the town to be fictional. And why the town's even called Gmodville. So the reason why the town, obviously I kind of wanted the town to be like a fictional town somewhere in Washington, because I wanted because I feel like that's that represents technology the best, and the political nature of California is too controversial for my take, so Washington it was. Originally, me and Sean were gonna... After that, me and Sean die. And also, around the time I was in Washington, me and my family went on a vacation to that state. went to vacation to Seattle, so it also made sense. I didn't even know that Valve technically wasn't in Seattle, but and that's how I started just coming up with some lore. So basically, after the success of the
Snake.
Orange Box, Valve, the state of Washington decided to let Valve make its own city. And basically it was gonna be like an artist village, but for game developers. But there was one big clear rule about clear clause in Valve's in Washington State's contract. Half-Life 3 has to be real at some point in the next 10 years. But obviously, if it gets ill, Half-Life 3 never happened, because as we all know, if Valve counts to 3, the whole universe will explode. The whole universe will explode, and Valve will, So after that, basically, over years, Valve kept making games, and, some points... Yeah, Valve did make a plan Half-Life 3 to be made at some point, but, it got cancelled. Damn it. So after that, Washington just took Gmodville and turned it into like a suburb for Seattle. After that, well, Gmodville... I mean, Valve, and I've already said, Valve pretty much in the universe still has like some control over Gmodville, but the state of Seattle can turn down, but the rest of the city can turn down anything. And oh yeah, that's why the town is even called Gmodville. At the time of the founding, Gary's Mod was the most popular game on Steam. Well, actually, it was the second most popular game on Steam. I mean, they can't really they consider calling it Counter-Strikeville, but they didn't want the town to be associated with terrorism.
Who's there?
And I don't even play Counter-Strike. I just know that Counter-Strike 2... Other than that, they changed the name of the game to Counter-Strike 2 because, Brazen? I don't know. I mean, I guess they moved this into Source 2. The Matrix Reloaded.
PAL code number 1 confirmed.
Firing main cannon.
Number 2.
Okay, that takes care of PAL code number 1. Now, PAL number 2. Freeze the key.
So what else happened with JMod? As I said, I try my best. I even made a personal rule like to not directly copy SG4. I said try. I didn't say I wasn't there. But this rule kind of almost did cancel a JMod episode. I'm sure you guys know what it is. It's the Great Area 51 Raid 2019, because when I made that episode was when, of course, if guys don't remember, 2019 there was this. So basically, if you're for my non-Americans, there's a place called Area 51, which is known for like this really highly secretive U.S. military base that's known for like being the source of a lot of conspiracy theories, which are usually almost always aliens. Some guy saw some video about like the conspiracy theory there and made a joke that on Facebook saying the storm Area 51, they can't stop all of us, and that if we know how to run fast enough, we'll be able to outrun their bullets. So I thought to myself, what if only the weeaboos showed up? I didn't really have like any other plans like to make after like the most recent episode of J-Mod at the time, so I thought, why not make my own parody where like only weeaboos showed up, only weeaboos showed up to the raid. G-Modville. And there was like one idea I had planned, and something that I thought pretty much made the episode age somewhat hilariously in hindsight, which was so originally Area 51 was supposed to house every major pop culture conspiracy out there, like, and that there were supposed to be characters like unreleased games, like, and the one I found at the time was Metroid Dread. Now, obviously, for those that don't remember, Metroid Dread was one of the biggest urban legends in gaming history. Basically, it was planned on a DS. It was something at an IGN. Some reporter at IGN had planned for. Some time since the DS, but like technology stuff there, and there was like something in Metroid Prime 3 Corruption where if a scannable source scanner thing said that Project Dread is near completion. Many people thought that was confirmation that Metroid Dread is real, but it turned out not to be. It was just something that the devs just wrote up coincidental, and some fans even thought that meant that Metroid Dread was cancelled because there was a sign next to saying that the project was indeed a failure. Now it's W for Wumbo. So that's when so basically there was like this white Walt Disney frozen head was there. And originally that's why Gabe Newell even showed to the raid to make sure that Half-Life 3 never actually came into existence. Just like before it had like the whole lore of Giamaville happen, by the way. So me and Sean, but by the time I was making this episode, SMG4 made his version of the Area 51 raid, and I got very nervous. Got nervous. I thought people were going to accuse me of ripping off SMG4. I didn't even watch the video until like, I had the whole idea in my head. By the time until I finished the story and started editing it. Alright, it's F for failure. So now it's W for Wumbo.
PAL code number 2 confirmed. Awaiting PAL code number 3.
Okay, there goes PAL code number 2. Next comes PAL number 3. Warm the key.
After that, Jmod, so because of that, I decided just to keep making the episode, and where there was also like another weird old reference to Jmod where Travis was like saving me and Sean from the guy from the Gary's mod from the Area 51 guards. And Sean says, "Oh, maybe Leon's not that bad of a guy after all." But that was like meant to be like a reference because if you guys don't remember this, Travis was meant to be an antagonist. What happened? So I already had wanted to do a World Ends a Few themed episode, but originally there was also more foreshadowing into it with Thomas with Kokichi when he was in jail for being Satan, because Kokichi was supposed to be the devil of the angel and devil team me and Sean fought in the first episode. Fought when we first arrived in the Gmodville Underground. But some guy pointed out in the comment section that Kokichi wasn't that bad of a person. Because he might have like just and may have had some regrets on getting Gunta killed. Because I used to hate Kokichi after getting Gunta and Miyu killed. I mean, Miyu was gonna die, but he basically tricked Gunta into killing Miyu, and I just did not like that. What's next for Jmod? After that, me and Sean became Teletubbies. But that's when I remember like uploading it to Newgrounds, and the guys and some guy in the comments said that the Teletubby was like the funniest part of the episode.
Snake, it's about Naomi Hunter.
Then you should talk to the Colonel. He's looking into it.
Turn your monitor off.
Okay, it's off. No one else can hear us. Go ahead.
Sorry, but I didn't want the Colonel to hear.
Okay, so what's up?
I've got a good friend in the Pentagon.
Yeah.
He's the one who told me about it. It looks like the DIA recently developed a new type of assassination weapon.
An assassination weapon?
Snake, have you ever heard of something called Fox Dye?
No. Fox Dye? Liquid and the others were talking about it.
Yeah. It's some kind of virus that targets specific people. I don't know all the details, but...
What are you trying to say?
It's too similar.
What is?
The cause of death. Didn't the Arms Tech president and the DARPA chief, Decoy Octopus, die of something that looked like a heart attack?
Yeah.
Well, apparently Fox Dye kills its victims by simulating a heart attack.
No. You're telling me that Naomi was behind it?
Snake, try to remember. Did Naomi give you some kind of injection?
The nanomachines.
Magic.
She was in the best position to have done it, but I don't know what her motive was.
Does the Colonel know?
I'm not sure, but he still hasn't questioned her.
Okay, I'll ask him myself. Colonel, what's new with the Naomi situation?
I just placed Naomi under arrest.
Arrest?
She was sending coded messages toward the Alaskan base. I didn't want to believe it, but she must be working with the terrorists.
Are you sure?
I'm afraid so. She's being interrogated now.
What kind of interrogation?
Well, I'd like to avoid the rough stuff, but we don't even have any sodium pentothal here.
What the hell is sodium pentothal?
So, it's true, isn't it?
Naomi. I can't believe it.
That means the Fox Dye vaccine must be around somewhere.
Oh, it's a rapid onset, short-acting, barbecuic, general anesthetic.
Too, you know.
All I can do is leave.
Metal Gear is making me learn things! Damn you, Kojima! You're making me learn more than high school. I know this is maybe a bit of awkward. But I might end the episode right here. Don't worry, I'll be back to recording another one because I'm going to need to take a piss.
You called, Snake?
Like, subscribe, all that smexy stuff. See ya.
In China they say, the snake, knowing itself, strikes swiftly. It means that if you have confidence that what you're doing is part of your true nature, there should be no hesitation. I don't know whether your orders are in your true nature or not, but Snake, believe in yourself.